Yo, do y'all remember Malibu's Most Wanted? Yeah, the old movie Malibu Most Wanted. Now, Malibu Most Wanted was a 2003 comedy satire starring James Kennedy, Anthony Anderson, and Ty Diggs. Now, one thing I love about this movie is that I've seen it over 10,000 times. And every time I see the movie, it's like I've seen it for the first time. I mean, the jokes are kind of stale and whatnot, but you know what I'm saying? It's one of those movies that you can look back and be like, damn, they can't make another one of those. The movie starts off with B. Rad, right? And his filthy rich Jewish senator father trying to run for mayor of California. But with a name like B. Rad, you can't expect him to come nowhere without his biddies and crew. So that's exactly what he do. If he had better bars, he would have been invited to the barbecue, but I mean, the performance was, never mind. After getting kicked out and feeling like it's not his fault, his dad had enough. So what he did was call two wannabe actors to try to become gangsters, because now he can't run his campaign without his son coming around looking like a wannabe Eminem, messing up the whole thing. So we're introduced to Ty Diggs and Anthony Anderson, PJ and Sean, or Bloodbath and Tree. Now the objective of the mission for these two was to scare him straight so he can be back on the campaign and everything can go smoothly from there. Now, that comes back to the wannabe actors part. How can you not act black? All you have to do is scare him and show him how it really is to be black. So these guys don't have a lick of knowledge how to scare a white boy straight. Which brings us to the sexy goddess herself, Regina Hall. Chandra, the baby from the hood now. Compton raised her right, and it showed. Being that she's a Bill bonded baddie, she agrees to help her for a cut of the piece of the pie, even letting them use her house for the base of operations. So now that they got the job, time to hit the lick. We see Regina Hall strut walk into the cafe looking like nobody's business. And at first, it looks like B-Rad's going over there to throw that Mac down on her. But that's all in his head. He gives a clear depiction of what his dad paid for them to do. But because she's on a mission, she has to play along with the dumb antics that he's going along with. So she needs him to come with her, leading to the most lackluster kidnapping I ever seen in my life. But we can't forget about the freestyle that he kicked in the car. I give him some style points for that. So B-Rad is now their captive. But it's not no ordinary kidnapping. They're trying to get his hands dirty. They want him to know what it is to live his raps and stuff. They had an idea to pay off a corner store so he can rob it and show that he can do what's in his raps. But what he didn't know is that they forgot to pay. And of course they went with the Asian stereotype that pulled out the blicky on him, and it was for real for him. So they're not even gonna go help him. They sitting in the car like, oh man, what's about to happen? And lucky for him, he had an extra 20 bucks that he claimed was his lucky stash, getting him out the jam without any help from Bloodbath or Tree. So if a robbery won't scare him straight, what will? They thought about, instead of scaring him, they could probably break his spirit, show him that his raps is not as hard as he think they are. So they bring him to a downtown underground rap scene, just like in the Eminem 8 Mile movie, but trying to get the opposite effect this time. Oh boy, did it work though, because they threw him straight in the trash, letting them know what he was. Spirit broke after that. He was done. They just took him back to the house. But one dumb thing about it is that they kept him in the room and started talking about the plan out loud. See, now it comes to my favorite character of all time in this movie, Ronnie Rizan, aka Snoop Dogg. Now he comes and gives him some words of encouragement and tell him to stop acting like a little bitch. Now, although it's all in his head, it gets him to start like getting closer to the vent, and he listens into what they're talking about. And that's when B-Rad turns it up to Baghdad, acting tougher than he should have been, bigging up on all three of them, and kicking down the door and walking right out of the place. Now they can't just let their money just walk out on them, so they gotta chase them down. Now remember, these people are not real gangsters. So what would happen if they come in contact with actual gangsters? Enter Tech, a real gangster, played by Damian Wayne. A not gangster, but played so funny. It works. It really works. And of course, he got his right-hand man, 8 Ball, played by the always comical and always great Terry Crews. They unfortunately end up crossing paths with them. And B-Rad's hot right now. He's mad. So he feels like all of this is fake. It's a gang war right now. Thinking that it's a setup, He grabs the biggest tech that he can find and starts shooting it at all the opposition and earns the respect from Tech and the rest of the crew. Now I know that I skipped about how they met and all that, but how would you know if you didn't watch the movie? So go watch the movie. I also skipped some cameos of some great actors that's in the movie too, like Mike Epps, High C, Young Dre the Truth. You gotta watch the movie. Big Boy's even in there. Anyway, so B-Rad is still under the impression that everything is fake, but he earned the respect from the crew and all the girls around him. Bloodbath and Tree is there too, but they being punked in the corner right now. Chandra and B-Rad had a little thing going on in the middle of the movie, so when she catches him with two biddies ready to get it on, she really gets an attitude. She tells him that everything's going to his head and he's going crazy right now with all his power and everything is real. And he's like, so if this is real, then all this gang stuff was real and this gun must be real. Ends up shooting himself in the foot and realizing everything was real from the jump. Except the setup. Leading to him trying to get himself out of this situation. Leading to his dad running into the wall of Tech's house, coming clean about the whole thing, like he set up everything and he just wants his son back. Really messing up the whole plot of the story and really taking back everything we just watched. But he ends up becoming the president, the mayor, the chief, whatever he was supposed to be. Anyway, Chandra, whatever her name is, at this point she's bad. It don't matter. So she gets her own salon. Chandra and B-Rad gets together. He cuts the ribbon for her and they live happily ever after. So my rating for this movie, I don't know, I'll give it like a 7.2. I love the movie just because of nostalgia facts, but I don't know if it holds up to now. But anyway, let me know if y'all like this video and if I should do any more of these. All that could be done down in the comments down below, and make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure.